She ran out of the room crying. She's a single lady who'd had a redundancy out of the film industry, and she didn't believe that she had a why, because she didn't have any kids. That's not an excuse. She realised that this family, who was a family in India, were her why. She went to India about 15 years ago, and that guy there, his name's Ashok, he picked her up in a taxi. He's a taxi driver, and he drove her around India. Paid him for the fare, she came home. She goes back to India about once or twice every year. She rings up Ashok and he comes and picks her up. They go to another part of India and explore something else. Of course, over 15 odd years, she became friendly with Ashok, and he took her back to meet his family and his wife and kids, and she has stayed at their house. Now, have you seen Slumdog Millionaire? Well, it's not quite that bad, but it was nearly that bad. I've seen the pictures. There's a little square about this big that they lived in with a dirt floor. They ate in there, they slept in there, they toileted in there, they bathed in there, they cooked in there. And she realised that she could do one deal here in Australia, make enough money to go over to India and buy those guys a house. Just because she could. They have never asked her for anything other than the taxi fare to drive her around. And she did a deal in Orange, in New South Wales. She made $80,000. She put $30,000 in her back pocket. She took $50,000 across to India, and she built those guys a house.
When people come and are concerned or like me, think Dipna was a fraud, and just out to rip me off, which, you know, we're here, we're trying to protect ourselves, and we don't want to seem like fools, and, you know, it is a step that, you know, sometimes you have to take a leap in life and you have to trust, and I would say to them that you go and you will spend time at school and you'll spend time at universities, and you get an education there. You don't doubt the ability of the educator to educate you in becoming something or being trained at something. And having, you know, been through this training here, I would say it's the same thing. It takes, you know, it takes training to be able to do, you know, deals like this. But it's amazing how quickly you can get that training.